To Amanda, the one who gave me hope when no one cared, I leave my entire fortune to you." The room fell silent. The lawyer's voice, steady but firm, echoed in the large study. Everyone froze. Beth, seated at the edge of the leather armchair, stared at the lawyer as if he had lost his mind. Amanda, standing awkwardly by the door in her worn-out uniform, shifted uneasily. She had spent 6 years working tirelessly as the housekeeper and caregiver in this home, never imagining she'd be sitting here now being named in a will, let alone as the beneficiary of a fortune. "Excuse me?" Beth hissed, her voice trembling with disbelief. "What do you mean she gets the money? She's just the maid." The lawyer adjusted his glasses, unfazed by the outburst. "It's all written here, Mrs. Carter. Your husband, Henry Carter, left explicit instructions." Beth's world crumbled. She had endured her husband's illness, not out of love, but out of duty, and now this. Her glare shifted to Amanda, who looked utterly stunned. But Amanda's thoughts were elsewhere. How had this happened? Why would Mr. Carter, a man she had only served out of kindness, give her such a gift? The answer would come with time. Amanda grew up in a small town in Georgia, the youngest of 5 siblings. Her father worked as a mechanic while her mother juggled multiple cleaning jobs to make ends meet. Life was hard, but Amanda learned early on the value of kindness and resilience. When she turned 18, her dreams of attending college were crushed. Her parents couldn't afford tuition, and her older siblings needed help supporting their families. Amanda took up domestic work in the city, cleaning homes and caring for the elderly. It wasn't glamorous, but she found purpose in helping others. 6 years ago, Amanda had applied for a job in the Carter household. Henry, a successful businessman, had been recently diagnosed with a degenerative illness. Beth had hired Amanda reluctantly, disapproving of her friendly demeanor and unpolished background. Amanda, however, focused on her job, building a quiet but deep bond with Henry. Henry Carter was once the epitome of success. He had built a thriving logistics company from the ground up, earning millions and living a lavish life. But wealth didn't buy him happiness. His marriage to Beth had been strained for years. Her love for material things overshadowed any affection she might have once had for him. When Henry was diagnosed, Beth's indifference became unbearable. She avoided him, dismissing his needs, and often left him alone to attend social events. It was Amanda who stepped in. Amanda wasn't just a caregiver. She was a listener. She didn't flinch at his worsening condition or treat him as a burden. She read to him, cooked his favorite meals, and brought warmth back into his life. For Henry, Amanda was more than an employee. She was the only person who truly cared. Beth's disdain for Amanda grew over the years. She couldn't understand why Henry preferred Amanda's company over hers. Whenever Henry needed help, Beth would conveniently be too busy or too tired. She dismissed his requests, leaving Amanda to shoulder the responsibility. Beth's selfishness wasn't new. Born into privilege, she had been spoiled from a young age, always expecting things to go her way. Marriage to Henry had only amplified her entitlement. As Henry's condition worsened, Beth began spending more time with her social circle, leaving Amanda to manage everything. Behind closed doors, Amanda witnessed Beth's coldness. She heard the arguments, the dismissive comments, and the way Beth belittled Henry. Amanda often wondered why he stayed, but Henry would just smile sadly and say, "Some bonds are hard to break, even when they hurt." One evening, Amanda returned from running errands to find a strange man leaving the house. She hesitated at the door, hearing hushed voices and laughter coming from the living room. Peeking inside, she saw Beth lounging on the couch with a glass of wine, her hand resting on the stranger's knee. Amanda's heart sank. She debated confronting Beth but decided against it. Instead, she went upstairs to check on Henry, who was asleep. The betrayal weighed heavily on her, but she said nothing. Days later, Henry confronted Amanda. "You've been quiet," he said. "What's on your mind?" Amanda hesitated before admitting what she had seen. Henry's face fell. "I know," he said softly. "I've known for a while." Tears filled his eyes. "It hurts, Amanda. Not because I still love her, but because I wasted so many years on someone who doesn't care." Over time, Henry grew weaker. Amanda stayed by his side, ensuring he was comfortable. One evening, as they sat together, Henry took her hand. "Amanda," he said, his voice frail but firm. "You've been the only light in my life. I don't know how much time I have left, but I want you to promise me something." "Anything," Amanda replied. "Don't let Beth break your spirit. You're kind, humble, and strong. One day you're going to shine. Don't let anyone dim your light." Amanda nodded, tears streaming down her face. Henry's condition deteriorated rapidly. Amanda barely slept, staying by his side day and night. Beth, on the other hand, became increasingly absent. She spent most of her time out of the house, leaving Amanda to handle everything. One morning, Amanda found Henry unconscious. She called for Beth, but her cries went unanswered. By the time the ambulance arrived, it was too late. Henry was gone. Beth was confident she would inherit everything. She dressed in her finest black dress for the will reading, ready to claim her fortune. Amanda, on the other hand, attended reluctantly, feeling out of place. When the lawyer began reading the will, Beth's smug expression quickly turned to shock. The house, the penthouse, and the cars were hers, but the company and Henry's $726 million savings account were left to Amanda. Beth erupted in anger, accusing Amanda of manipulation. But the lawyer remained calm, reading Henry's heartfelt letter to Amanda. To Amanda, the lady who became my best friend and guardian angel, Beth's life spiraled out of control. Without Henry's support, she struggled to maintain her lavish lifestyle. Friends abandoned her, and the social circles she once dominated turned their backs. Amanda, however, chose to remain kind. She offered Beth financial help, but Beth's pride wouldn't allow her to accept it. With Henry's fortune, Amanda established a foundation in his name, supporting caregivers and those in need. She moved to a modest home and continued living simply, her heart full of gratitude. Though she missed Henry, Amanda carried his words with her. One day, you're going to shine. And she did. In life, wealth and success may fade, but the legacy of kindness and love endures forever. Amanda's journey reminds us that even in the darkest moments, a genuine heart can light the way to a brighter future. True riches are found not in what we have, but in how we touch the lives of others.